Sunday, it's the finale. It's Pride. I want to see booty slapping and boobs flapping. Let's get this party started. It's finale time.
Booty slapping and boob slapping. I'm on board.
I'm not really sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio.
I'm on board.
Well, you better be. It's Pride. It's Pride, baby. Pride and joy.
Yeah, we are at the end. They saved Pride to the end, whereas our OG seasons pack it all in the beginning. They give it to us right up. They don't make us wait. And season 12 made us wait.
They made us wait till the last episode. And really, if you wanted some action of Pride, I still don't know if, I mean, it happened.
Yeah,
But
this was like,
they touched on it.
TEMU Pride. Yeah, it was like TEMU Pride.
2026 TEMU Pride. Let's go.
So this is a But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio podcast. I am Sunday, the pop culture professor and self-proclaimed expert on all things pop culture, etc.
I am Jeff, of course, the resident service industry expert, and that matters pretty much nothing in this episode. So I'm glad it's finale, and thanks for keeping me around. Thanks for keeping my job open here.
Yeah.
Even though very little on this pertains.
We couldn't do it without you. This is season 12, episode 12, the last regular episode. It's called, and fire the episode namers. This one's called When Pride Prep Meets Personal Drama. And they're just calling things what happens. It's not even clever.
I had Pride and Joy.
Oh, maybe I saw it. A different one.
That was like the description.
Maybe. But like I even Googled, I said what is the blah 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 title. So Pride and Joy then, which is better, but not great. Not great.
Yeah.
Because I wrote down When Pride Prep Meets Personal Drama. So much for my critical thinking skills and my media literacy.
It's a lengthy title for them. Yeah.
Revoke my professor status. I want to take a few minutes to do some announcements because we've got some big things coming up. We are covering Top Chef season, what is it? 332?
Just 23, I think. Yeah.
Okay. We're definitely covering it. And we are going to be getting into it. This is Jeff's time to shine. So,
this will offset all the other weeks.
Yeah. So whereas I typically am the expert, I'm going to concede that spot for Jeff, but come back for all of the what you need to know for Top Chef. So that's starting next week, I guess. March 3rd is when it premieres, and then we're going to get some inside looks. Also, too, me and Nolan did America's Next Top Model doc, and I was telling you this, I may have gotten on my own nerves. I don't know if she and I are a good match just because we sound the same, we use the same phrases, we talked for many, many minutes about it. So if you want to sort of pretend like you're sitting around our kitchen table while we talk about America's Next Top Model, that is where to go.
I assume there's a Patreon where we can get 11 hours of that coverage for that.
No joke. It was me in the editing bay 4 hours. The conversation lasted probably 3 hours, and we didn't watch it together. Thank goodness, because if we did, it would have been over. And as always, our season 3 original OG situations come out Mondays and Fridays, and we are significantly without Stassi Schroeder. And so we and I can get in it, but it's been looking real different lately.
We're not all upset about that, really, either.
Not for now, but there is a Stassi-shaped hole in this season. So, but y'all come back, find us on YouTube, find us on Instagram, find us on TikTok. I am working my little fingers to the bone, getting all sorts of content out. If you are interested in Jeff's rebuttal to my fit that I pitched about Joshua Jackson last week, please go to Instagram, because he really did, sell Sunday, shut up Sunday, here's what's up. And, and we also have some ship names. We're shopping around for what our ship names should be for Ariana and Tom Sandoval. We have 10 that are baller as hell. I have a favorite. I don't want to say it right now. I don't want to put my thumb on the scale, but I have a favorite. Yeah, I have a
All right.
favorite. I'll
I'm
text it to
interested.
you after. But yeah, so like vote, email me, put in the comments, all that, because I really want to hear what you have to say because things are really like heating up between these two idiots. All right. You ready? You ready to get into it?
Let's
There's a lot.
let's
That
get
was,
into it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was 6 whole minutes of intro. Okay, so this was
As
the,
as Chris says, let's get into it. Let's suck the day's dick.
yeah. Okay. To be continued on that because that phrase is not a thing. That is not what we say, sir. But to sum up the season, Sir has been in business for 20 years. Really, though, they've been in business for many more years. Lisa has been involved for 20 years. I just wrote Anjelica, ... We got a whole little summation of
Yeah.
her time on there. Kim and Marcus, whatever. They make up, they break up. There's some cousin fucking. Anjelica is a real instigator. Shane is sober. He chases women. Anjelica is thirsty. There's a lot of talk about fucking mad bitches. And Audrey
Yeah.
and Chris, will they, won't they? Who fucking knows because they're idiots. And, Audrey is a stand-up comic, inexplicably.
But it's time for Pride once again. Also, all that stuff about all those people, 4 minutes into this program. Like, we didn't need
Exactly.
that. Was
We did
like,
not need it.
no, that was a waste. Like, all
It
that
was
stuff
long.
also happens in this episode. Everything that happened in that, also happens in this.
So the montage opens and we get Chris saying he is about to suck today's dick. Sir, that is not what that means. The connotation of that is completely lost on him. Venus is chilling, ready for Pride. And, usually the way this show is set up, they typically do a lot of like bouncing around. Like, we're at this person's apartment, we're at that person's apartment. We kind of like check in with them. This one didn't really do that. We got Chris doing whatever, pretending, cosplaying, bartending. And then Venus, getting ready for his TEMU Pride.
Yeah, talking about his blow up dolls.
Yeah. The
we
rubber
see
duckies were a choice. Do we want to sort out that was a metaphor or they were just on sale or what
well,
what
that's
was
been
happening?
his poolside fantasy has been his theme for a couple weeks. So everything's been like leading up to that. We had floaties last week, all kinds of stuff.
It's a
So,
choice.
we like a theme.
We do love a theme. I love a theme. And
Yeah.
when he was saying this pride's got to be gay. It's got to be gaga gay. All I wrote down was Dolly Parton gay. He listed like, several folks. I only wrote Dolly Parton gay because
The
that's the
best,
kind of gay I want to be.
even after Dolly, he said, well, we'll also need like some lesbian gay.
Yeah, as a real afterthought, but, I just don't know how WeHo and Sir are serving the lesbians. I don't think that the lesbians are. They're out there at Palm Springs and they're in the desert. They're not coming to WeHo, I don't think.
No, we'll see how well represented Pride is later on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, ask my wife who, has gone to the dinosaur weekend in the desert. Like they're not going to WeHo. So
Not
Natalie,
challenging you. Still not
yeah.
not challenging you on
I
that.
know. Put my dukes down. Sunday, put your dukes down. We are reminded that Natalie is going to perform her, quote, hit single. And she's like nervous and she's got some pressure on her. And, Demi's just walking around like being a mini Lisa. No kissing on the floor. Get those glasses polished. Get clocked in.
Well, no kissing on the floor, especially who it is that's kissing. Yeah, we don't need Marcus and Kim smooching out here. No, put that away. We don't need that at all.
I have some thoughts about their relationship that I will get to later. I think that you
Okay.
probably do as well. But I appreciate that they have coined a new drink, the penis pumptini, that is garnished with a penis naturally.
Yep. Other than that, just a regular pumptini.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. But it's almost like they had seen some of the episodes and understood how the narrative arc was going to focus on a penis pump earlier in these seasons, or early in the season, in these episodes. Interesting how that worked out.
It's been a thing. It got made to be a huge deal pretty quick. It has really stuck around.
Well,
yeah, I love the new drink Natalie's got, the aquamarine, the conversation about Is it gay? I mean, this is quality programming right here.
Tell me, when you heard the phrase aquamarine, what was your first go-to? Because I know what mine was, and I can guarantee you it was not what leapt to your mind when you heard aquamarine.
Nothing. I got nothing.
Okay. Well, there is a movie about a mermaid that I took Nolan to see in the movies when she was like, I don't know, 12, that she fell in love with that was like very pre-teeny and teeny bop. And I was like, oh, aquamarine. No, that's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing. But, aquamarine's pretty gay. They want it to be gay.
I feel like it is fairly. Yeah, I mean, blue balls is still a fun one, though. That's good.
If you saw a menu, if you were still drinking, and you saw a menu that had 2 drinks on it, one was blue balls and one was the aquamarine, which would you choose?
Shot of bourbon.
Fair enough. Shot of bourbon will not leave your tongue like blue the rest of the night.
No.
But this is where Marcus talks about this. And even in the scenes from Next Time, the reunion, Andy brings it up where Marcus talks about nobody is 100% gay. I mean, 100% straight. I have said this before, right? You and I have had this conversation before. But Marcus is 10% gay, he says.
Yeah, 10.
Right? Nobody's 100.
Well, he says at least 10, actually. So little wiggle room there. Little wiggle room.
Well, he says that Kim is 100% straight, which, sure, Jan. Sure.
I hope that helps him sleep at night, I guess. I don't know.
Listen, it is not him who needs to be sleeping at night. It needs to be Kim because he does not want to be with women. He does not want to be with a woman. Okay? I'll come back to it. Save it. Oh, but if if on this menu it was aquamarine or blue balls or butt slut.
Yeah, I'm going butt slut.
What's in a butt slut, Jeff?
I imagine it's just a mudslide.
That is so distasteful. I did not know you were going there. That is very... I apologize for Jeff's candor.
There's a place called Floribama. If you don't know about it, look it up.
I know Floribama. So, oh, no. All right. So from mudslide to Anjelica's new apartment, she has finally disconnected herself from the ex. And, she's close to work. She's 5 minutes from Kim. She's got 2 closets to herself. She's really feeling herself in this apartment. And she has so much room that she needs to complain about Audrey's stand-up. Now, listen, I have beef with Audrey's stand-up, but she is really taking issue with the fact that she feels humiliated. Do you think that Audrey humiliated her?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, just because I kind of agree with her, I'm not going to say that, like, I don't understand why she would find that embarrassing. I am all for Anjelica getting a little, taste of her own medicine. But when she starts talking about how it was really heavy on her insecurities and all that stuff, I'm like, yeah, I mean, you definitely didn't, just because you go into a comedy show, like, doesn't mean you're also wide open to be ridiculed in front of strangers about things that you didn't, want out of the, but Anjelica has also let some people shit out of the bag, it's just a whole.
I mean, Audrey talked about her credit score. I mean, that's a
which
boundary
was fine,
crossed.
by the way, which is fine. She cleared that up.
She did. Her credit score's fine, y'all. But one of my favorite lines of the night is when Anjelica says, like, my boundaries are public humiliation. That's where I draw the line. And I'm like, yeah, I think everybody's boundary is public humiliation, right? Like, nobody's like, yeah, give it to me. But it's a win for Anjelica because Shane chased after her. He left his date at the table and came after her. And so she won the night. Doesn't matter what terrible things Audrey said about her. She won it.
Yeah, I do. I hate that they had that video footage of the girl that Shane went with just to flash her across our screens one time. Like, for those who don't know, here's who Shane left. Brenda, here you are.
Brenda's like, fuck these assholes. I'm going home.
I showed up to one stupid comedy perform. I wasn't there anymore. I left.
Like,
what are you talking
thought I
about?
was going to be
It
on
was like I
camera.
was never
Fuck
even
this.
there.
Well, LAX, it's a big deal that Anjelica picked him up from LAX, and I can understand this because Atlanta airport is a nightmare, and please nobody ever ask me to pick you up from the Atlanta airport because that is my literal hell. People are honking, you gotta, like, find it, whatever, so I get that, but the whole thing right here was that, oh, it must be serious, and I know it's a joke, right, but, like, they've sort of, like, planting a seed that Anjelica is seeing somebody, and she has kind of moved on from this, and, you know, she's in a new situation. But she wouldn't let him touch her boobs.
Well,
So, how serious?
no one's touching those. No one's touching them.
Well, how serious could it be?
There's
Just saying.
there we go. No
I'm just saying
boobies.
they're stiff. I get it, but, like, come on. You paid $1 zillion for them. Like, let's trot them out. And I think that they recut the opening, like, intro to
I do
include her
too.
with her new boobs. Mm-hmm.
Was that the reason? I definitely thought there was like a new color pattern to it. There was a couple things different. Yeah. All right.
Well,
Glad that wasn't just me.
that's what I noticed. But yes, they recut so that her girls could be in there. Okay.
Well, that's
So
nice of them. That's sweet.
sure, for one episode. So we're at Chris's and Audrey arrives and he is so proud of the setup that he has, you know, prepared for her. It's a salad with a, you know, bread point, a toast point. And what's so funny is, like, she's incredulous that he did it himself. She's like, "Did you do this for sure? Like, you did this? Like, really?" And he's like, "Yeah, girl, I did it." And he's trying to show his romantic side. And this will not be the first time I say this, but, like, why? Why are you trying to show this girl your romantic side? You do not give a shit about her. Why? It's
I don't really know. I mean, I have lots of thoughts on where this goes later on. I think with these two, it'll come up more, but it's just they're having the same conversation again where they're both really not saying something, and then one starts to say something, and then the other one backs off. Like, it just kind of fluctuates. They talk about her stand up pretty early though. Like, he says it was pretty savage. And,
pretty
you know,
savage.
I think that's where we were going less with what we were saying.
I don't disagree. I mean, like, it was pretty savage, but also before that, when he was talking about what flowers he was going to buy her, and the producer, shady fucking Boots, was like, "Hey, do you know what her favorite flower is?" He's like, "Oh, roses, little daisies." No, it's tattooed on her arm. It's a stargazer lily. He's like, "What's a lily?"
He guessed 3 different ones. Which, why? Why are you even, like a tulip, a rose, a sunflower? Like, what's
a lily? Yeah. So this is where he starts to kind of, like, build in his exit strategy. He says, like, "Oh, 2 months is really fast, but, like, time flies with her." And the thing is, though, he's building it in with us when in his confessional, right? Like, he's telling us that he's having all of these, like, weird doubts, but to her face, he's like, "Oh, no, I'm interested. Time really flies. I know it's so corny, but, like, I'm really interested in you." And, you know, he wants her on the hook. And that is what the fuckboy energy is really coming out. He wants her to want him, and that's why he's saying all this shit to her in his apartment and also later the 3 or 4 scenes that are subsequent to this. He wants her to want him so that he can have the power to do whatever.
It's very middle of the road. I mean, he just kind of seems into her. I mean, I didn't really even know how to describe it, like what you're talking about. And then, like, she has to, come to something and sum it up for him, kind of. I mean, eventually I just thought he started talking about his boundaries and how what he wanted protected, and I was like, I just wanted her to shake him and be like, "Yo, like, bro, like, are we breaking up here, bro?" Like,
right,
what is going on? Like, are we dating? And do you just want to be with the other bitches that you're talking about? Like,
the
what
bad bitch.
exactly is it? Like,
to be clear, though, let's sort it out. She broke up with him at Disneyland. Okay? He was so affected by that. Then they had that like Surfside bar in which she said, "No, girl, I'm into it. I really want it." So she was like, "Okay, all right, I'm into it." So then she started creeping back. And then now he's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. I need you to be my girlfriend before we make these serious decisions." And she's like got whiplash about it.
Well,
Then
because he also said the last week, he was like, well, now she really thinks I'm into her. But I mean, that's because I told her I was into her. Like, yeah,
yeah. And
that's
he's like,
good.
Until you're my girlfriend, I can't this, and this." But he quite literally said, "You are girlfriend material," like last episode. And he was singing a very different tune when she was breaking up with him. So he's giving fuckboy energy. A fuckboy does not want to be broken up with. He wants to have sort of the authority in the relationship. Like, I'm the boss of it. And
Yeah.
her having some sort of say in it is really like putting him off his game. And I Audrey did this thing is, "What I'm hearing you say is," and then
Yes.
she repeats back to him and he's like, "Well, no, that's not." And she outsmarted him in about 100 different ways. Like, yeah. But she's clocking that he is like trying to kind of like confuse her, because that's when she's like, "Oh, I need some grippy socks. He's totally lost the plot." Yes, guess who else has? We have, as the audience, we've
Yeah.
also lost the plot.
Or interest, really, mainly at this point. If you think he didn't have the fuckboy energy before, he keeps up with that, like, unless we meet other people.
Yeah.
Like, hey, things
So
are real cool between me and you. Like, unless, because, like, that's the most, just say, like, we're not going to be together right now. And anyway, like, you want this turkey and tomato sandwich?
well, this would be
Here
like
we
me and
go.
you having this would mean to have a conversation like, "Hey, Jeff, I really want you to do a podcast with me. Like, you're the only one that I want to do the podcast with me."
Yeah, but like there are other podcast gigs out
Yeah,
there.
but you only want to do the podcast with me, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have my podcast persona like that I want to protect. I mean, I want to protect that. So I mean, I need to kind of keep that to myself, but I can do that with you.
But I think that, I mean, but you said that we were going to only do the podcast together. So
Yeah.
that's not what you're saying. What I'm hearing you say is you want to do a podcast with me, but also do a podcast with everybody else.
No, only you until someone else comes along.
Oh, okay.
But I'm
So,
into doing it with you.
yeah, okay. So we are doing a podcast only, or we're not doing a podcast? Like,
Right.
it's the wildest thing
These
ever.
bubbles are really losing from this sparkling over here. It's very inexpensive. It's going to really go great with your mid sandwich.
Like, he's giving boyfriend until the prospect of, quote, "fucking mad bitches" comes up. And then he's like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
no. Boyfriend is too far for me." And I think, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, he fooled me. Jeff, he fooled me. I thought that he may be reformed. And I was like, "Oh, this is sweet. He really
Yeah.
likes her." He got me. He got
He
me.
ended up where we thought he was. You just thought he had made a turn at some point, and he did not. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel real dumb. Just like Audrey right now is feeling real dumb because that's not what he's doing. Also, too, I want to say that put $1 in a jar every time I have to say that commercials are bullshit. I had to do my Hulu Live watching this, and I was annoyed as hell. So that's the first of many little interstitials in my notes that commercials are bullshit. But I did learn a lot of things like, Real Housewives of Rhode Island, a new Summer House spinoff, blah, blah, blah. It's neither here nor there.
See,
But
you're watching too much of this Chris and Audrey stuff. I can't tell if you're really against the commercials or not. You're happy about the info you learned, but you didn't care for the break. So I don't really know.
well, they definitely fed me what I wanted them to. So maybe I am as big of a dummy as she has been.
You were just in a hurry to get to Marcus and Shane shopping at the DJ Superstore.
And he wasn't even wearing his DJ blackout sunglasses. Like, put them
No, but
on.
he did get it described to him. Like, I mean, he was talking about what he wants to do, and Shane's just totally like, oh, yeah, with your sunglasses indoors. I was like, yeah, have you not seen him? That's what he does all the time. Like,
Yeah.
that's his main.
He's got big dreams. He
Yeah,
really
bro.
was.
That was a sick place, bro.
I want to say this right now. I don't know what the fuck it is with these Bravo dummies and DJing, but it's him. It's Meredith Marks from Salt Lake Housewives. It is Kyle Cook from Summer House. It is a ton of Bravo folks. I don't know. Are you going to see a Bravo related DJ? Because I'm not.
I will now. I will. I mean, I'm new to it. If I get a DJ that wants to put together the entire vibe for everybody and just needs to be ready to crush, then I know exactly where I'm going, and that's DJ Blackout, baby.
Well, we get a little bit of that later, but he wasn't wearing his DJ Blackout sunglasses, so I was a little off. I was a little thrown off by that. I
He
was like,
gets them
"Ooh."
on later. Don't worry. He gets them on
Yeah,
later.
but not like the black ones. He's wearing some like free giveaway sunglasses
Well,
that
it's
seem
Prime.
like discount. Oh, yes, he was wearing his discount.
Everything. It's Pride.
Shane says something fairly interesting too, and I'm a real sucker for him too. Like he's gonna make a fool out of me as well. But he talks about his relationship with dating and women, and he says something like he uses women like he used to use drugs, and he uses them for. I'm paraphrasing, but like the dopamine hit. And then whenever it comes down to the nitty gritty, it becomes a little distasteful for him. So he kind of like moves on. And I think that was a really, really astute way to talk about it from a
Yeah, but
person
you
who
knew that. You
we
knew that.
did. Yeah, we did. But like for him to say it out loud on camera,
Yeah.
I felt like, okay, this
It's
man
the little
maybe is on a journey.
Yeah, it's a little extra too. Like he talks about how I used drugs and that, so I used women, but then he's like, both of them help me like avoid my emotions. It's like, all right, yeah, you are putting a
Yeah.
fine point on it now.
Well, Marcus was like, yeah, no, dude. Like, just you'll find a super special girl, and that'll be the thing that is. I was like,
Yeah.
or hear me out, Shane. You could go to therapy and not inflict your shit on a woman. But no, anything but therapy, because he's going to inflict his shit on a woman, 100%.
Marcus almost had me for a couple seconds. Like he's really kind of sweet about the idea of love, and then he sang a song, and I was like, well, that kills that. And then he was really sweet about like finding your one, and like that's the person you can count on. And then he brought up having a baby, and I was like, well, you killed it again
Yeah.
on that.
I wrote in my notes, please God, no.
Did
Because he
you
wrote,
like?
Kim might be pregnant. And I was like, please God, no.
I know.
Don't do this to the earth. Like,
I felt like that couldn't have been news. I was like, when I thought about it, I was like, that would have been, we'd know about that.
Yeah, but I bet you any fucking minute now, any minute now, we're going to get a TMZ alert that says, Vanderpump Rules star Marcus and Kim set to have a baby. Because if you're not using protection,
I was going to ask you.
like you're planning for a baby. If you're not planning against one, you are planning for one.
There you go. Who does Shane say he genuinely cares about though? No.
What's her name?
Yes.
What's her name?
What's her name? We're on episode 12 of this.
I know, but who is she? Chris or Jason? Like, come on, remember her name, sir.
Yeah, you can either remember her name or laugh with that he. You can't do both. You can't forget the name and laugh like that.
It's a bit though. I mean, and it's just a way for him to insulate himself from any real feelings. He doesn't have real feelings for Anjelica because number one, she's insufferable, and number two, there's just no way that these two idiots are going to be able to get their head out of their own ass long enough to be together. Like, yes, maybe they'll fuck, maybe they'll like make out, maybe he'll like put his head between her softball boobs, but there is no way that this is a thing. Like, I don't buy it. And like introducing it in the last episode, do better, VPR.
I hope for him it's not. He's talking about potential for growing something. I'm like, you want to be the first dude she dates after that boob job? Like, no, because she's not going to date one guy. I mean, she's ready to show these things off. And like, don't let the first time you be emotionally available to like settling down with one person be the girl who just flew to Houston for a boob job. Like, she's not ready to. Yeah,
just moved out with her ex.
Yeah.
But
and a million other things. Yeah.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Marcus says here, he's like, you know what? Shane's a top tier boyfriend. And in my notes, I wrote, for you.
You
Marcus,
mean that was like in a cloud above his head when he was
yeah.
dreaming about Shane? Sure
Marcus
is boyfriend material.
needs to be with a man. He hates women. We talked about this last week or whatever with Jax. Like Marcus doesn't want to be with a woman. And somebody hooked this man up with a, tough talking gay guy who's going to show him the ropes and, maybe hurt his feelings a little bit. Like he is hurting all of the women feelings in his immediate radius.
And now you know what to do for your topic of your next VPR fan fiction is let Marcus go on some adventures.
It won't be Marcus for my fan fiction. I'm going to tell you right now. It ain't Marcus. Oh, Audrey. She's kind of dragging ass and she doesn't want to see Chris. And I think she's making more of this than it needs to be. Like she's making a meal out of it when it's really not even that big a deal, right? Like she's like, oh, we're on different pages. And she said, oh, I'm going to break up with him. How many times you got to break up with this man? Like, I don't know. Something must be happening off screen because they keep saying 2 months, 8 weeks, 2 months.
Audrey never really has said like solid, this is absolutely it. They keep leaving it just a little open they're both messing this up big time. I do want to point out the creamer they had out there, the Trader Joe's. That's a brown sugar oat milk creamer. That's my jam. So maybe I do have a little horse girl in me. We'll see. And also Trader Joe's, if you're out there for brown sugar oat milk, it's wonderful. Send that our way. We're happy.
That's right. We're
happy to take. I am more concerned with the way Mary Faith was able to sneak into the room and scared Parker and Audrey, like with that very fair skin and blonde hair. Like,
listen,
don't be sneaking up on roommates. That's a rough.
My wife has such a light step. She sneaks up on me all the time, and me and my children, we have a real heavy step. We are not sneaking up on nobody ever. We're just like clomp, clomp, clomp. That's what Ariana said about
more of the
Kristen.
Doty variety.
Yes, but Carla can walk right up to me and I will not hear her coming. And so I get it. You know what, Mary Parker? I get it. But the way Audrey is sort of acting so affected by this, I don't believe it. Like, you've broken up with this man. He has shown you who he is. Like, you don't care as much as you are acting like you do. And please stop asking us to believe this in a way that is eating up screen. This is why we didn't get to see Pride, is because of all of this shenanigans.
I do like that we get, I like Parker. I like his reactions. Like she's going off about, the vase and how she has her flowers in a vase because he didn't give him one. And Parker's just like got his mouth covered up with his hand and reminded me, we just saw that one of Chris and Audrey talking last week where Chris is like, I really want to give it a go. And Parker's back there with his eyes rolling out of his damn head. Like, I like Parker for the reaction shots. Yeah.
And I'll say this. I think Audrey needs, like, at a minimum, 2 to 3 more Chris's in her life. She's 22. She needs to kind of like earn her paces with these kind of fuckboy dumb energies. We all did it in our 20s. We all dated a lot of dumb shit.
Oh, I thought you were just going to lead to her to stop talking to men. She needs to hang out.
I'm just saying.
Do this 2 or 3 times. Exhaust herself of the male sex.
Obviously, that's the ideal. But at 22, for her to be sort of like thinking like, oh, I know so much about relationships. No, she needs to put in the work. And 1 or 2 more fuckboys who's going to hurt her feelings. She'll learn the ropes by then. And by the time she's actually ready to have a real relationship, then she will have learned that, these men ain't shit.
Right.
Yeah. More commercials, boo.
But then Pride, finally.
Yeah, they're all running around. It's 1 hour before the TEMU Pride is here.
I'm like, there's 20 minutes left. What are we doing here?
Well, Lisa Vanderpump, shame on you for not getting into the editing bay or like going to the production and being like, do better. Because think about the prides that we have seen on our OG seasons. Like, Stassi was in a martini glass.
Yeah.
I mean, no. Pump had Lisa Vanderpump getting, Tito's shots poured into her mouth. There is no way that this is measuring up. I was very disappointed in this pride.
Yeah, it was rough. A lot of it's just meaningful. I mean, we did hear they had a $500 budget, so I don't know.
Well, it shows.
Maybe what it lacks in showmanship, it's more heartfelt, so because Venus starts,
I was gonna say.
talking about his, he's currently in his dream bathtub of the future at Pride here after a, rough, acceptance with his family and everything, which we have heard before.
And he grew up in Texas too, so like he is sort of seeing his dream of, being accepted and realized, and I really like that. I have a quick question. Are the bathing suits that all the girls wearing, are those Anjelica's bathing suits?
She designed them.
I want to be mad at her, but I cannot be mad at her for those bathing suits. Like, she was doing us all right in terms of providing.
I thought you were going to ask me something that had to do with Natalie and her instant car sickness that we saw.
Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you, I have never thrown up in an Uber, and Nolan is going to kill me for telling this story, but they charge you, right? If you puke in an Uber, that is an immediate charge. Nolan has been charged for throwing up in an Uber more than once. And she told the story on the America's Next Top Model how she has a lot of like tooth problems. Like she has, she had her teeth knocked out when she was a kid and she has a flipper. This child threw up in an Uber and lost her flipper. Lost her fake tooth in the Uber. And so Natalie's trying to maintain that she was just car sick. Ma'am, I got too much experience with puking in Uber to believe that story. What are you doing? And they, will assign you a fee. It's like $300. I'm just saying.
Good to know. I was unaware, but I'm not surprised. That's a good.
If you throw up in an Uber, it's a $300 charge. Public service announcement.
You're not going to get that coverage anywhere else, folks.
The only podcast, like we're doing the reporting.
But they are great swimsuits that Anjelica's designed for everybody.
How are you working in them? Like, is that a boob not popping out every minute? But that's not for us to judge. This is what I really enjoy, how everybody's kind of coming for Anjelica's throat. It is obvious that she is not well liked because everybody's like, take a joke, Anjelica. God, like, you are just being too much. And if this was any other castmate, people would be coming to their defense. But Anjelica is wildly unliked. And, for good reason. She's the worst.
She can
dish it,
Venus,
but she can't take it.
We get a little reel of Anjelica talking shit about Jason all the time just to show again, like, she also does this. Like, they're not backing off of her. The editors are like, oh, yeah, remember her all the time she made fun of Jason. If you didn't dislike her for the other thing, you can dislike her for this. Like, all right.
And I do have a note here that I am worried about these women's urinary tract health because of these swimsuits that they are wearing all day. And some of them are wearing like cutoffs on top of it and things like this. Like, I feel like may not be great for their, health situations.
What Marcus called the piece of floss that Kim was wearing? That?
Yeah. DJ Blackout in the house. He's ready to go. He's just like, with his Pride sunglasses. He's like DJ Blackout Pride edition. And, Anjelica's boobs are real aggressive. They are just, they are up by her, trachea and barely covered, hard as stones. And, she's just out here doing it.
She's out there doing that. Audrey's getting called the most dangerous in the West by DJ Blackout. She's bringing the Texas heat in this one Sunday.
Audrey's real horny for Chris and his Speedo too in this little montage here.
Yeah, she's regretful of having to dump him, like, since he's looking hot.
This is also where Anjelica makes that comment about like the frontal cortex, the prefrontal cortex, that it only develops at 25. And since she's 26 and Audrey is only 22, that she has a intellectual leg up on her. I mean, TBD.
You're boring. Please stop. Please stop,
Yeah.
Anjelica.
Another commercial, House of Villains. And then here we are. It's Pride. I wrote it down. Every single commercial, I wrote it down. If I got to suffer, y'all do too. I won't have it. So it's Pride, and I wrote, I love some underboob. Not too sure how, where that came from, but,
That was Audrey, because we got some Chris and Audrey right away. Couple more pump jokes. He said he worked out all 3 legs that day.
legs. I wrote it down too. Natalie's
He and Audrey,
body.
they look like they're about, like stuff, it's about to go down, like right there. Like they're really into each other.
Natalie's body is banging. I feel like we have sort of not, we've been sleeping on this particular like beauty in the thing. Like, she's like, oh, she's quirky or she's silly or she's drunk or she's, drama. But like, no, her body is banging and just remains to, that needs to be spoken about more.
Get it out there. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Bring it to everyone's attention.
And then Lisa turns up and talks about her nephew inexplicably. Yep. What's the story? Did you write the story down that she told about her nephew?
She was waxing about her nephew that she knew was gay at like 3 or 4. So she started buying him My Little Ponies.
My Little Pony.
And so, I just said kind of she was waxing poetic about ponies and pride. Mm-hmm. Is all I.
There's no other gay icon like the My Little Pony here.
Yeah. I like Venus's like rainbow butterfly flitting around behind her, though. That's nice.
I find it a little like jarring because I watched the season, like the episode 14 earlier today, and then I'm watching this one and how animated and how involved she is in the season 3 that I just watched earlier, and how hands off. And I know there's a good like 12 years difference or whatever, but it is just really interesting to see her kind of play the old lady. I hate to say it like that, but it's a little jarring for me. And I know you don't like to hear it, but
it's another decade in the restaurant business. That doesn't come easy. They don't get
what it does to
in
you?
your 50s and 60s. Yeah.
Mm.
So if there is a difference, I think that could have. She's a hardworking lady. She gets it out there.
She is. Purse on her shoulder the whole time.
Yeah.
Right after Shane arrives, and this man is throwing his panties at Anjelica. Only because he got wind that she was seeing somebody else. He's like, oh, LAX is here? Oh, well, let me double down on my pursuit. And I find it to be so transparent. Guess who does not find it transparent? Anjelica. She falls for it, hook, line, and sinker, because I think she might be dumb.
Possibly. Even though she's 26, that still could be a possibility.
She plays real coy. She's like, oh, I'm seeing someone, tongue in mouth. No. He apologizes for hurting her. But I was like, hurting her? You broke up with her. Like, you actively told this woman you all wanted to be friends, or she was giving friend energy. I don't remember what the language was, but he was like, no, thank you. And he just wants her to want him. Period. Full stop.
Yeah, it's really weird. This is like intercut with Venus getting the whole party started, like with what I was saying at the beginning about like asses slapping and boobs slapping, and then goes back to Anjelica and Shane, and I'm like, why are we talking about this? This is so boring. Then like Venus go into tear-rendering speech about removing stigma and people allowed to be themselves, and then back to him like, well, I'm not wearing a bikini bottom right now. I mean, it's just
the headline,
very
Jeff,
weird.
The headline is, this woman's on the clock the whole time. She is straddling this guy in the alley, tugging him down while Lisa Vanderpump is paying her for every minute she's there.
That is important.
I mean, it is like, where is these people's work ethic?
Work? What episode have you seen where you're like, Anjelica's not working now? Usually she's just back there with the fry guy, like helping out, getting stuff to the table. Like she was here.
She mentioned it.
Getting chewing gum off from underneath the tables before the shift. We didn't even ask her to. Anjelica's a hardworking lady. Yeah.
Yeah. Never. I mean, meanwhile, she's, on the clock getting paid for every minute of it. Then we cut to the performance. I found it really interesting that they did not linger on it. They gave us like half a second of it. I mean, it was Natalie and then, the cousin fuckers and their bulges, and then that was
Yes.
it. We didn't get hardly anything, but from what we saw, what's your assessment?
I'm glad Chris got his glitter arrow. I think that he was wanting that beforehand. So I think that helped out.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed Demi calling Jason pretty. That was great. Oh, this is where we really start celebrating pride, with like Shane and Anjelica. That's great gay pride couple right there. I'm glad
Yeah.
we've been
Yeah.
focusing on them forever during this pride party. I think that got the message out.
It's real representation on Vanderpump Rules' part.
Yeah. I didn't get a feel for the song. Like, I felt like it was supposed to be a real sexy song from what we saw before. Didn't even get that at this pride event,
Well, I was going to ask you, we saw maybe 3 bars of it. From what you heard, was it good?
I couldn't really tell. It didn't seem like a dance song, it didn't seem like a clubby song. It seemed more like of a coffee shop song or something with
Yeah, there was some breathiness to it.
Yeah, but it had to be pretty good. She got a good moment with Lisa. And that always, for me, that goes a long way for people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she can do anything. Yeah, that's what Lisa says. That I get a sense that she can do anything, and that's a pretty high compliment from old Vanderpump there.
That's a great one. Yeah.
But did you get a sense of the cousin fuckers performance when they were just like barely like shaking their shoulders and like it was very lackluster?
I think maybe that's also part of the reason I didn't hear the song is I was also watching them like, why is this doesn't seem like what we need right here.
I know, very lackluster. They even rehearsed. What were you rehearsing for, sir? Your performance was very, very underwhelming. But this is when there's a lot of people pulling folks for chats. Like, so Audrey pulls Chris for a chat. I don't know if I can. I do not know if I can fucking rehash this conversation again. Like, what are we talking about? What is being said here that has not been said earlier in this episode and at Disneyland and at the beach bar? What is the purpose of this conversation that they just had?
I thought it was like a game of curveballs. I don't even know what that means necessarily, but like,
I mean, I get it.
She starts by laying it out. Like, here's what I didn't like about what you said earlier, which, like you said, they already said. And he's like, I don't know if I'm 100%, which he already said. So both of them are confused. And I'm like, because they're both still in their like prime, like they're both looking good, ready to go, young folks,
glittered up. Yeah.
I feel like they both at the same time should just be like, I know we don't want to date, but we should definitely still fuck. Like, what are we doing? Like, why aren't we doing? I'm like,
he's giving I want to fuck you vibes. Like, he is 100% giving that energy to her.
Do they really even know? And I'm sorry if this also makes me sound old. Like, do they honestly know this is a good option? Like, does anyone on this show know that you don't have to be caught up in these? Like, do they know casual sex is a total option? That used to be a very viable thing. Is that not?
I mean, I think Natalie got that memo. And maybe Natalie should be like popping in and sort of like, brokering this conversation. She's like, hey, y'all are both really good looking. And, there's some chemistry there. Why don't y'all just fuck and go about your business? You don't have to commit. It seems like Natalie would be the queen of that particular setup. But no, they are out here sussing out the efficacy of a relationship and how faithful somebody's going to be. Ma'am, just go back to his house and sit on his face and then go about your business.
Even if you do the BS effort of like, hey, let's just do one more round for old time's sake. You're going to again, but it's fine. Just act like you're not going to. It's fine.
And I mean, he's never going to emotionally fulfill her anyway. So just
act like your sitcom coworkers that really get along, and every now and then let it pop off. It's fine.
Yeah. Just get after it. Get after it. Because, again, I wrote, he just wants to fuck mad bitches.
Yeah. And I think male and female back and forth like this is, when I think of pride, this is the kind of conversation I want to see happening.
Of course, we love to see two cis-het straight folks sorting out their business. We love it. But I will say this. Jax Taylor style, weaponizes honesty. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to be honest with you. I just wanted you to know where I was at. that's not what that's not in the spirit of this conversation. Do you know what I mean? And so that made me that's where I was like, I'm out with him. I'm out because he's not being honest. If he was honest, he would be like, listen, I think you're hot and I really want you to be on the hook for me forever. But I also want you to like wait and pine for me while I go to Thailand
Yes.
and do all this debauchery. And then I could still come home and fuck you and possibly give you herpes. But the whole time, sit and wait for me and don't see anybody else. Because if she was a smart cookie, she would have been like, okay, I'll be fucking other folks as well. And that would have put him over the edge.
She kind of lightly started saying that at one point earlier. Like I said, they just keep it right in the middle and wouldn't say anything. And that's really weird and boring.
The smartest thing she did was go around the corner to cry.
I was going to say, she got a moment also, not anywhere. I mean, it's in the Sir Alley during Pride. You got tears in the Sir. That's a landmark moment right there.
I mean, it's a rite of passage.
Then meanwhile, while she's doing that, Jason's talking to Chris and he's like, hey, you got glitter in your mustache. And I think that's a good slogan for Pride. Like, put that on the t-shirt.
Name of your sex tape.
Got glitter in your mustache.
Glitter in your mustache.
Yeah, I don't really know why they're both complaining. Like, they both go off separately and complain about the other person. And I'm like, just have sex.
Yeah, and the sex that these two folks are having is obviously rousing. They broke the bed. I mean, he's an OnlyFans model. She's 22. We went to commercial. This is the only thing I'm gonna say about this commercial break. Listen, Scrubs has a new season.
Sunday in commercials is its own podcast.
I am unfamiliar. I am deeply entrenched in my streaming situation. This is news to me. I learned it from the commercials today.
My family up here is excited about it. I've never seen it, so
I'm sorry. What?
I've never seen it.
You did not watch Scrubs?
No.
Wow. What about Cougar Town? Did you watch Cougar Town?
No.
Okay. We'll take this offline because you're going to get a real scolding off this, but to be continued. Parker, right, he kind of comes in to save the day and like comforts her, right? Isn't that Parker that like they're in the little like back of the house where he comes in and gives her a hug? Yeah. Anjelica is really gassing herself up.
Audrey and Anjelica are going to talk again?
Yes.
Like, what is this?
Angelica's gassing herself up. She's like, listen, I got to do it. I know there's some feelings. I got to have it. Now's the time. You know, that comedy was at my expense. Like, like she might as well be in the mirror, like slapping her own face. Like, yeah, girl. And that was her first mistake, is deciding that was the right time to go and talk to Audrey, because she sits down with her and Audrey isn't having that shit. She's like, dude, it's fucking comedy. Please fuck off. Like, I'm paraphrasing and I'm also articulating the subtext too. But Anjelica's like, you're being weird. What's this weird energy I'm getting? Then that was like, it.
Y'all aren't friends when you aren't getting along.
And Audrey's like, listen, my emotional battery is drained. Yeah. I cannot give two shits about this dumb lady. Like, she did not give her any room to exist in this space. She crowded her out. And listen, I know that I complained about Ariana doing this in the season, so I will admit that I'm being a giant hypocrite, but the way that Audrey just sort of like stays in her chair and does not like give in to the hysteria, and Anjelica just like ramps up and up and up. It was the most satisfying moment of this entire episode, because Angelica's voice she's like, whoa, how dare you? What if I said you're ugly? And Audrey's just like, yeah, okay, like, cool, bye. I loved it. I ate it up with a spoon and dish. Like, I loved it so much.
Yeah, she's like, this is my emotional withdrawal. I was like, yeah, I'm there too. Like, watching Anjelica and Audrey have this out again. And then she starts saying those weird things. Like you said, like, you're ugly. That's comedy. You're annoying. Like, that's comedy. I was like, oh my God, she is going to be saying this in a cushioned room, like here in a
Yeah.
matter of
And
weeks.
she
Like
gets louder and
just
louder and more
in a
frantic.
straight jacket, just mumbling like, "You're dumb. That's comedy. You're
And
dumb."
then and then to rub salt on the wound, enter Venus and was like, "I thought she was funny. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know what you're talking about, Anjelica. I will not affirm this crazy. I cannot endorse what you're saying. What she said was hilarious, and you're being insane." And I was like, yes, Venus MVP right now.
While Venus is doing that, like she's finally starting to pipe up. Audrey's like, "All right, I'm going to say something," but so her way to stop Angelica is like, "Hun, hun, hun, hun," and then she's just going and going, and then of all things, Angelica calls her a pick me girl. Like, do you know what? Like,
Girl, go to your mirror. Go straight to your mirror. Like, use the Windex to wipe it off and see your face in it, because of the two, you are begging to be picked. Meanwhile, Demi's just like, "Y'all go to work. Can somebody just go to work?
she
Can
said,
y'all just..."
I'm looking for literally everyone.
Demi just wants them to go to work, y'all. Who is
I would
waiting
have
on these tables?
I would have totally forgot they weren't just like at the beach having a party at that point if Demi didn't come out and I was like,
Uh,
"Oh right."
because the whole crowd is out there. Even DJ Blackout's like, y'all just need to get along. He just is DJ Blackout with it, so he's slurring. Like, the entire cast is in the alley. Yeah, and nobody is serving customers in, sir. They're all just free fall. They're walking behind the bar, pouring their own drinks.
Yeah.
Demi is losing her shit. It is out of control at this point.
I like that DJ Blackout's not only like, "Hey, we're all emotional, blah, blah, blah," but he refers to Audrey's like unloading of insults the other day as emptying a clip on her. Like, we all know Audrey emptied the clip into Angelica. I was like, yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Uh-huh.
That's a good one right there.
Exactly. Exactly. And then, LVP, to fulfill whatever contractual situation she
He's
has to
saving the
in
day.
this season, she just comes out there in that really dumb hat. I'm so sorry. That hat was real dumb. It was so stupid. She's like, "What are you doing? Everyone get back to work." And then we cut to her doing a shot. And I'm like, okay. Okay.
Like dressed as a float, like just
I mean,
dressed like
I think the hat had feathers on it. Like, I'm disappointed. I have higher
it
expectations for
looked like
you.
a 70s variety show. Like as
Laugh
if a
in.
70s variety show was an outfit, that's what she was. And then like it looks like she's taking shots of Tang on top of it. Like what's going on here?
Jeff, you just said like 4 things in a row that makes us seem super old. 70s variety show,
Skip it.
Tang.
Skip it. Don't dwell on that. Can you say it
Kid,
quick? Can you
kids, do
move
y'all know what
on? The
Tang
kids
is?
don't know.
Kids do not know what Tang is. And so that is how we leave it. And I didn't really kind of like write down like scenes from next because we get the reunion. But
Two.
I
Two reunions.
two reunions. And so I am excited for Andy Cohen to dig into Marcus's sexuality, not because I need him to be outed, but it seems like he's crying for help in these ways. He's made many, many overtures about how, not everybody is straight, and I am really sad about Marcus. It seems like he needs some sort of like coming out Sherpa. And I
Yeah.
think that Andy Cohen might be the catalyst that could really like crack him open. Like, I mean, I wouldn't wish him on any of these people. I wouldn't wish him on Venus or Shane. But if somebody could give him permission to, hey man, just go fuck a dude, that would solve a lot of his problems, I think.
Do you think everybody's at the reunion? Do you think we lose anybody? Because it's a
Uh,
lot of people. I mean, it's a bigger cast. Like,
yeah, I don't know. That's a good question, especially in terms of like how they set it up in terms of like the composition of it. I don't know. I bet Anjelica floats in and out. I hope. I imagine Anjelica just chirping the entire time. Kim can stay home. What her
oh
and
yeah, we
Shay.
didn't bring her up in Angelica's when she's like, sit down. She's got like a wine, water, and coffee. And they're like, you can set down your coffee. She's like, pry it from my cold dead hands. I'm like, oh, that's you in the office. You're the person that's like like, don't talk to me till I've had my coffee. Like, Oh, right.
Yeah.
Nope.
There are several things that are working against Kim in this episode. That incident about like, oh, I've got to have my coffee. She's 100% straight. And the complaining about the bathing suit situation, like those all are giving like Karen vibes. Like Kim is the Karen of this
It's
season.
exactly where that was going with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
maybe
her whole confessional was, you can pry coffee from my cold dead hands. Not like,
she's the Shay of season 12.
I mean, that's it. We got her all dressed up just for.
hmm I am pretty hype that we get 2 episodes of a reunion because we do
Yeah.
know that it's been renewed. So suck it, haters. And I think we're going to really find a stride next season. I predict that we're going to see less and less of Lisa Vanderpump. And I think that she's going to become sort of like background situation, which is kind of a bummer. But any other predictions, wishes, hopes, dreams for this season? This is the
For the
last episode?
reunion, let's see.
Or for this season
I
generally?
mean,
It's
I
the
hope
last
we see
episode.
that. I want to see the massage video, of course.
We can't afford it. This podcast cannot afford to pay the OnlyFans fee, sir.
Yeah. I want to hear Shane's real laugh. That's what I want to hear. I want to know what that actually sounds like.
Yeah. I want Audrey to like be the fuck boy she wishes to see in the world. I want her to just like go full on like hoe phase. I want her to fuck around and I don't want her to think twice about it. I obviously want Marcus and Kim to break up before she gets pregnant.
Yes.
That's, for humanity. What else? Natalie, give Natalie a love interest. I think she might be my breakout star for season
She
12.
needs something else going on. I mean, we either need to get into the music more, get her a relationship, show. I mean, she seems fun to work with and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like
And
we
it's not only because she has this incredibly banging body that I did not realize until this episode, and
I
now
do
I'm
think you've
deeply
mentioned it.
interested.
I do think you've mentioned
Well,
it.
now I'm
Maybe
deeply interested in Natalie's storyline now.
her
But she
hair
seems fun.
specifically. Even she's come up on the
Yeah.
show
Yeah,
before.
yeah. So
We go back.
I
Every episode is just you loving on.
this is a Natalie Stan podcast. I predict that some of these folks move out of the work situation. I don't think Chris and Jason are going to pretend to work there anymore. I think it's too much for Jason. I think that pretending to work, I think it's overwhelming for him. And so, like, let's just let him go. Let him and Shane be the, Tom Schwartzes of the crowd and just, be satellite. We don't need him to struggle to find Prosecco on the menu.
No, we don't. Well, he's not doing that anymore anyway. I mean, he's just hosting, but still.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Did you have any? Because the youth, I only had the one.
What was that?
Just the line about where Audrey says that she's having a grippy sock moment and they've lost the plot. Like, if you were to ask my 85-year-old father, Bubba, what that means, he'd be like, I don't know what the fuck that means. And that is a very specific language that they use. Grippy sock moment means that you've been committed to a hospital.
Yeah.
And lost the plot means like, you're far afield. And I found that to be, specific to the youths.
The only one I had actually was the no casual sex ? I mean,
That's
I
such a
really
good one.
am wondering, like, I don't think when we were coming up, like this would have been the same deal. Like everybody just coupling up. Like that guy slept with everybody. She slept with everybody. That guy slept with everybody. Like those two weirdos date each other.
Not to reveal too much
there was
about my
always
life, but
one couple.
I needed no permission to fuck around in my 20s. I'm just saying, like, I needed, I did not need someone to be like, hey, by the way, Sunday, you can be a big old slut. I took that upon myself.
We salute you. Thank you for your service.
Yes.
What about after all this? Who's your chump?
Chris. He fooled me. I believed some bullshit And I thought, and you know what? Maybe this goes to his acting chops.
Oh,
in which
well, the compliment snuck in here. Okay.
I thought that he liked her a lot and that we were going to see some sort of like real go in a relationship. But, as I told my class the other day, I guess fuck me because, because
Famously, as you famously told your class the other day.
yeah, I believed it, and he got me, and he got Audrey too. And not only did he get Audrey, but he tried to like run these verbal circles around her to kind of get her into a place where she couldn't understand or couldn't like really put her finger on what was doing. Like, are we breaking up? Are we still fucking? Are we still dating? I think that was just the fuck boy behavior. It was beyond for me. So he's 100% the chump.
Yeah. I mean, did you want to pick Chris this episode, or do you want to? I didn't know if like you can pick any chump you want if you want to stand away from that.
No, I'm sticking with Chris. I'm sticking with Chris for this one, for this episode. I think I probably paid him like the LVP last week or whatever, but we go episode by episode, so I'm sticking with him.
I like that you tie in that him fooling you was part of being a chump, because I didn't mean to, but both the people I'm going to pick as a chump, Shane and Anjelica as a couple, I'm tired of it. We didn't need any of that this time. And both of those folks had us fooled at some point this year. Like we were really pulling for them at some point at the very, at various points, maybe not at the same time, but we ended up
I would
both
like
kind of
the record to show that I'm still pulling for Shane. Don't look at me.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that. It would be
blame Anjelica for everything. She's a demon, and I will always take Shane's side. He's like titty-matized. She's got the new boobs. He can't look away.
Yeah, because that's the only set of new titties in all of Los Angeles right now.
She's got the only ones.
Yeah, there were 25 people on her flight from Houston that were just coming back from doing that. That was it.
Yeah. She's the only one sitting in front of him, though, so we'll give him that. Who's your LVP?
I had Natalie.
Solid. Mine was Natalie adjacent.
Oh, Natalie adjacent. Okay.
Yeah. Tell me why Natalie, though.
Just very solid in this episode. I like when they get to put themselves out there. She steps out, does her song, but has just been solid to watch like the last 3 or 4 weeks. I like where she's going. Like, I want to see more of her since this is the finale. Plus, she had her moment with Lisa. She got told she could do anything by LVP. That's huge. So, for all those reasons and more, Natalie, we applaud you.
Mm. So, my LVP was Anjelica's bathing suit line. Because it was very flattering to all of the different body types. And it really, it held up against the working environment, the dancing environment. It stood the test of pride. And I salute these postage stamp floss bathing suits for doing the job that they were intended to do.
Okay, and that's just Sunday showing her support for Anjelica any way she can by saluting the bathing suit line.
Don't do that.
Just to show any support for Anjelica possible. Don't kick a girl while she's down.
I will show support for her design because it was, it added to the world. It added to the aesthetics of the world.
It was great for all these big conversations and like, these are the outfits.
Yeah. And then Lisa's dumb hat. If we had to have like an LVP or chump for the entire season, like the overall LVP or chump, could you assign one right now?
Yeah, I think I'd say Audrey and Anjelica.
For which?
LVP and chump.
Yeah, I think Anjelica is probably going to be the overall chump for me as well. Yeah. Or Marcus, because he's the problem.
It's Anjelica or Marcus, and then it's Venus or Audrey. I mean, those are my, you could really flip a coin on both sides,
I agree. I think maybe Venus. Venus for me for the LVP, and then Marcus for me for the chump.
What about, do you have a favorite, like, because the youth you could think of since we've been watching these folks?
I don't know about favorite, but most consistent in the ways in which these folks just drink themselves into blackout and then pop right up the next day looking fresh as a daisy, no bags, no rings around their neck, and then they just get after it. Do you know what I mean? Like they do not look dehydrated, they do not look tired, they look like they nobody's looking like who done it. And that is very much the youth. And if I could adopt anything from their 20s spirit, would be like, listen, I really wish that I could wake up feeling real good after a night of drinking and looking real good.
And wear that kind of bathing suit?
Yeah. I mean, those were the days, Jeff. Those were the days. What about you?
These girls putting up with these boneheaded dudes.
Oh,
I mean,
God,
of course.
I know.
It's the thickest,
It's the worst. I am pretty hyped for the reunion. Andy Cohen better show up.
Yeah. I also think it's good now, like, they've had a whole, like, season of getting filmed, maybe they're getting into their comfortable persona a little bit, so maybe they can handle themselves a little better when we see them this go around, but at least I hope so.
And also, too, I also predict that a lot of them are going to come back for season 2 looking real different because of the plastic surgery. Once you see yourself on, on air or whatever, like on TV, and then you get the feedback from the fans, I imagine there's going to be a lot of plastic surgery. But
we didn't make it to the end of the season. I know, but like a boob job is
different, right? I'm talking about like folks are going to be getting like, threading and upper breasts and like there's going to be, I predict there's going to be a lot of different ones, but I hope that the attention that it's getting and all of the feedback that they're getting from social media and from the fans is not going to infiltrate what they're doing, because these folks are much keener about acting for the camera. Not acting maybe, but like performing their persona. And that is something that we did not necessarily see in the OG. They pretty much sort of stayed true to themselves, and they still are. They're living in shitty apartments and they are driving like stupid cars, and, they're doing a lot of silly stuff that is not necessarily palatable. And I hope that these folks can kind of maintain their originality. And I don't know. I'm reluctant to believe they will. Venus is going to pitch up next season with a Rolex, and Kim is going to have like a nose job, and I don't know. I'm just reluctant to see. I hope they can stay cool.
I want it to be a little underdog story, and the restaurant's going to go under, but all the kids band together and start working really hard at SUR and turn the place around. It's like
Jeff,
saving the community center and breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, yeah. So it's like a Welcome Back Kotter episode.
Yeah.
The only thing keeping this restaurant alive is this show.
It's about Gabe Kaplan.
We're young. I swear, y'all. We are young. No, Welcome Back Kotter. But really, in truth, though, the only thing that's keeping this restaurant afloat is this show. And if this show goes under, goodbye, SUR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, yeah. Okay. So, go look for our America's Next Top Model. Be on the lookout for our Top Chef coverage. This is his time to shine, y'all. He is
a lot of press.
No pressure.
A lot of press coming my way.
I know, no pressure. But find us on social media, find us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that. And also, please go and vote to see what ship names for Sandoval and Ariana. I have my favorites, I'm reluctant to say, but I really want to know what y'all think. So go and vote and tell me what you think. And, we will see you on the flip side.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.